Hello, good people, and welcome to Money Matters with Excel. Here, we show you tips and tricks on how you can use Microsoft Excel to manage your personal finances. In this episode, we are going to learn how to calculate the amount you need to save on a monthly basis if you want to hit a certain target, let's say at the end of the year. So, case in point, let's say you're looking for money to buy a car, you don't want to go for a loan, you want to save towards this. Join me in Excel and let's calculate how much you need to save regularly to hit this target.
So here I have this layout. As we said, the assumptions are the bank is offering 6% interest per annum and I'm saving over a 12-month period. What I want to calculate is how much I need to save every month so that cumulatively I can hit a certain target to buy what I want to or invest in what I want to invest in. So I have this layout. Now I want to put in a series of numbers 1 to 12. You could just type 1, 2 and copy down, or could use sequence, which is one of the new dynamic array functions. So here it spells down 1 to 12. Now for this purpose, let's assume that I start with 0. And at the beginning of each month, I put in a certain amount, 4,000 for this purpose. Now, I add the opening balance to this monthly deposit and I get 0 plus 4,000 over here. Then at the end of the month, this 4,000 is going to earn 4,000 times this rate. And because it's an annual rate, I'm going to divide by 12 and I have this. So at the end of the month, this 4,000 earns 20. My closing balance at the end of the period is how much I invested, plus the interest earned, which is 4,020. Now, in the second period, which is the second month, my opening balance is going to be the closing balance over here. So I have 4,020. Assuming I'm depositing the same amount, which is 4,000, I just have to repeat this formula. So Control D, my interest earned, I'm anticipating I'm going to copy this formula down. So I need to lock this cell reference. So standing between C and 6, F4 to lock this absolutely. Then I can copy down Control D. So in the second month, I'm earning 40. My closing balance at this point is going to be this. Now, this is going to be our full calculation. If I take this and I copy this down, Control D, at the end of the period, I'm getting 49,588. So this is just the starting point. But now let's simulate. What if I want to get 60,000 at the end of the year? How much should I be saving, assuming the bank is still offering this rate? So for this purpose, we are going to put in a variable here. So we can name this cell, let's say, deposit. And then this first cell that references my first deposit, I'm going to do equal to and reference this one. So let's put in this 4,000 here. And then the subsequent cells are going to reference this one. So this is going to be equal to that. And then I copy the second cell downwards so that I'm able to now create a model that I can simulate. So let this link to this one and the subsequent ones also link to the first one. Now, what we are going to use is Excel Solver, which allows us to simulate towards a certain set objective subject to constraints. So Solver is located under Data. You see Solver as an add-in over here. So I'm going to open Solver. Now, the set objective is to set the closing balance, which is in J20, to the value of their options, but for this purpose we have a certain target, so to the value of 60,000. By changing which cell? We are changing deposit, this one that I named. If you like, you can type deposit directly, it will work. Now we have different solving methods. So for this purpose, we are going to choose the simplest LP as a linear calculation. So our target value is the closing balance. we are taking it to a value of 60,000 by changing this cell, which is the amount we put here in C5. So let's solve this. So once we click solve, now solver tells us that in order to hit this target under these circumstances, we need to deposit 4,839.79. If you are consistent with this and the bank also gives us the interest, we are going to get 60,000 at the end of the year. You can test this using one straight formula. So in Excel, the formula to do this is called FV. So FV requires the rate. So this is the annual rate. I'm going to divide that by 12. My number of periods is 12 months. Okay. My payment is this amount, but because it's an outflow from me, I'll negate this and then put in my deposit. Now, there's no PV in this case, so I put in 0. Now, in the type, because we deposit the money at the beginning of the period for it to accrue interest, we'll put in 1 for beginning of period. Okay, so this is how we test this. So when I do this, I get 60,000. So take this learning, you can simulate it on your own. If you are saving towards a certain target, you are consistent, and the account or your savings has a certain rate, interest rate, you can use this template to calculate how much you need to save on a monthly basis towards that target. So please practice and add it to your list of Excel tricks. Thank you so much for watching. For more of these short videos, you can send ad to this WhatsApp number. We'll add you to our broadcast list. We send videos directly to you on Mondays and Fridays. All our old videos are on our YouTube channel, Finance Skills Hub. Please visit, subscribe for notification of new videos. Or you can connect with us on any of these social media handles. Thank you so much for watching.